Hi everyone, I'm Adriana Gentile. I'm your certified personal trainer with my diploma in sports nutrition, pre and postnatal certified amongst many other certifications, international bikini competitor and champion. I've won the largest amateur bodybuilding show in the world, the Arnold Classic in Ohio, and a mother of two, currently 5 weeks postpartum, as well as my husband is a civil engineer and a men's physique IFBB pro as well. I'm here to show you what a true fat loss diet looks like, and by true I mean not a fast cut, something that's actually going to give you sustainable long-term results, and that comes through a 3-phase dieting approach. I'm here to explain all of that to you phase by phase. So for myself, why this is very important to me, why I'm very passionate about it, is because, like I said, I'm 5 weeks postpartum and I'm about to start my 16-week comeback. I know it's a trigger word, but I feel the best when I'm working on myself, and a comeback sounds amazing to me. So I wanted to bring all of you along with me for the ride and educate to empower so that anybody can do this at any time. Now, like I said, it's a 16-week approach, so that is 4 months divided into 3 different phases. However, it can be shortened, but just remember that for long-term results, you want to be invested in that process, so it might be a long-term approach. So let's get started. Here is our 3-phase approach. I'm sorry if it's hard for you to see. It's mainly more so for me to remember my talking points, so I'm gonna walk you through. So we have a 3-phase approach. Why? To create a sustainable change through a proper approach and community accountability. This is science-backed and proven, everything that we're about to say. However, I will just disclaimer that every body is different, so everybody might react a little bit differently. Everyone's fat loss or weight loss will be at a different rate, as everybody starts at a different position in their life. Hormones really go into effect, amongst many other medical reasons and external reasons. But however, this is a general approach that should work for everyone if followed correctly. So you can't complain about the results you didn't get by the work you didn't do. So if you follow this, I'm nearly guaranteeing you results. And if you don't come crying to me, okay? So we have here our 3 phases are phase 1, recovery, phase 2, diet, phase 3, reverse diet. As a bikini competitor, having done that for years, I'm literally giving you all of the education knowledge that I have through the years of competing and as well as my education. And this is the approach that I use to shred down for stage. However, it will be far less dramatic than you see as a competitor, so don't be afraid. You're not gonna be experiencing the same things that I was, mentally and fatigued and everything like that. However, you are going to reap the benefits of following the same approach. So what we want to avoid, I don't know if you can see it all there, avoid intense calorie cutting. We want to avoid chronically under eating, excessive cardio, binge eating, cycled yo-yo dieting, and not following a program or structure. So why do diets fail? A lot of times people adjust too many things too quickly. So a lot of times people think that to get fit, you need to reduce calories and increase energy expenditure or your workouts. So as you can see, this gap is very drastic, which now when you're reducing your calories means you're reducing your nutrients, which creates gaps in your diet. Gaps in your diet equals deficiencies. Our body mistake those deficiencies as cravings, and that's when we end up binge eating and eventually falling off track and not having a sustainable routine. Having been in this industry for quite some time, I actually came to find that a lot of people were under eating opposed to overeating, which was quite surprising to me because I thought that the issue was overeating. But what actually is more so common is a lot of people actually they skip breakfast, they skip a few meals, they think they are reducing their calories, then they get severely hungry at night because their body is depleted, it hasn't been fed all day, their hormones are all over the place, and now they end up binge eating at night, which now spikes their blood sugars just before they're about to go to bed and is more likely to be stored as fat opposed to used as energy as fuel because you're not using any of it, you're going straight to bed. Another tip I like to use actually is front loading my day with larger meals and offsetting it throughout the day. But that is completely subjective to how you work, how you just remember, at the end of the day, the best plan is the plan that you can adhere to the longest. Whether it's keto, carb cycling, isogenics, whatever it is, if you take that same group of people Monday to Sunday and they've all experienced a weight loss goal, that means they've all experienced the same thing, which is a caloric deficit. So the best plan is the plan that we can adhere to the longest. This is now the approach that we're going to follow to try to adhere to this program as long as we possibly can, which for me is going to be 4 months. Because I want to feel and look my best I ever have. Time is going to pass anyways, and so I might as well try. So that's really why diets don't succeed, is because there's too drastic of steps made. It is unrealistic to follow. People become discouraged, and as well as you're decreasing calories and increasing energy, that means energy expenditure in the gym. Your body is a beautiful thing, and it's responding to the messages that it's receiving. So it's receiving, hey, we don't get a lot of fuel, so we got to slow it down. So you actually start moving less, you feel more lethargic, you have more brain fog, etc. So we really want to avoid all of those things by not doing anything drastic, but staying consistent. That is going to be the key here. So in phase 1, this is our recovery phase, okay? So might seem boring to a lot, but I promise you that this phase is so crucial for the end result. So what are we trying to do here? We're trying to find a set point for our bodies. We are trying to recover and build lean muscle, balance our hormones, and prepare our body both physically and mentally for the diet phase. So I'm going to take an accurate approach, and what that means is I'm actually going to be calculating my calories to find out what is my maintenance. And so if you are participating in any of our challenges, I like to help. So I'm maintenance calories. Now for someone who's more flexible, they are going to just be swapping 2 of the meals for 2 of our superfood smoothies. Now we're creating structure. Both parties, both accurate and flexible, are going to be following a routine of making sure they're having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 snacks in between. For breakfast and lunch, we're swapping that out for superfood smoothies. Then we're having 2 snacks and a dinner per day. So we're having 2 smoothies, 2 snacks, and a dinner per day. Now for the accurate approach, like I said, we're going to be knowing what our maintenance calories are. So we're gonna have our 2 superfood smoothies, and we're gonna be able to create a plan that fills in those snacks and the dinner as to what calories our body needs. Now for the flexible approach, like I said, we're just swapping those 2 breakfast and lunch for 2 of our superfood smoothies, and that should be enough already for your body to see change and not doing too much. Now both have an increase in water intake. So we're aiming to have 3 to 4 liters of water per day. We are the option of doing 1 cleanse day a week or nightly cleansing. Now our supported intermittent fast, which supported intermittent fasting is really targeting those stomach, those harder to lose areas like our tummy tire and the saddlebags, etc. So these are harder to lose areas, usually in correlation with hormonal responses. And what we're doing on our intermittent fasting days is a typical fast. You're not eating anything, so you're depleting your body of essential nutrients that it needs, so it's not doing the job as efficiently as it could. Where what we do is every other hour on the hour, we take our Cleanse for Life drink that has like aloe vera and burdock root, etc. We know what aloe vera does to our skin, also does that to our intestines. It really soothes our digestive system, reduces bloating, reduces internal inflammation, and increases our digestion, as well as stabilizes our blood sugar. So we're less likely to have cravings coming out of it. Now, intermittent fasting has a lot of scientific evidence to back up its efficacy, but if you think about it, it makes sense. We're constantly putting stuff inside of our body, and we never give it that opportunity to rest and digest. So when we're not using that energy to metabolize and break down food, we're now able to use that energy to restore and recover other areas of our body. So now this is where nourishing our body with our Cleanse for Life drink is really going to expedite that whole process. So that is an option. And now, surprisingly enough, throughout all of my competing careers, the workouts have always stayed the same. Mind you, they were making sure they are hitting all my muscle groups, every different angle, etc. But the workouts stayed the same. You can make all of the change you need through your diet alone. adjusting your diet alone. Still making sure that you are resistance training, as, like we said, building lean muscle is a very important part of this phase. So no, you're not gonna get large, you're not gonna get bulky, but what you are gonna do is burn more calories even while you sleep. So we know that the more lean muscle mass we have, the more calories our body burns even while we're sleeping, because that's when we're resting and recovering. Our muscles need calories to operate, so the more lean muscle that you have, the more fat you're going to burn. So we want to do resistance workouts and little to no cardio. Remember, this is our recovery phase. At the end of the day, a summary is we're just trying to bump our calories up to maintenance and not do excessive cardio. So keep up a resistance training program. Now you're already going to see results in this phase just by getting healthy and getting into routine, but that's really what this phase is about. And it can go on for about 1 to 2 months. And you have an optional refeed at the end of 30 days as more of a mental, okay, I've been really great and on top of everything for 30 days. I just don't want to think about it and I just want to kind of eat some fun stuff. Totally fine, although I will be honest with you, in the phase 1, not really necessary because you weren't depleting your body. You weren't in a caloric deficit, so it's not necessary. However, if you feel like it's necessary for you to adhere to the diet for longer, then please do so at the end of 30 days, only after you've successfully completed it and you haven't been giving yourself any leniency during those 30 days, or else kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so then we go into phase 2. This is the dieting phase where we have to do this right. We don't want to be too drastic on either the nutrition side or the workout side. So what we have here is our phase 2 is diet. Why? To cut fat for good. We want to minimize our muscle loss and we want to minimize metabolic adaptation. Like I said, our body is a beautiful thing. It's always responding to the messages that it's receiving. So you'll find that as you decrease calories, as you start to expend more, as you start to decrease calories, your body is naturally going to slow itself down. So you're not going to be fidgeting as much. You're not going to be, playing with your dog as vibrantly as you were before, because that's your body's responses to like, hey, we kind of got to hold on to this energy that we have here, and we can't expend too much. We don't have a lot to give, right? So the accurate people, so like myself, and I'm just saying accurate versus flexible so that you have an option of what you'd like to do. But of course, the accurate person is going to see accurate results, where the flexible person is going to see flexible results. And a lot of times diets fail because people underestimate the calories that are actually in their foods. And so it's a little bit more difficult at the end, to be honest, to go a flexible approach. And realistically, like I said, time is gonna pass anyways, so you might as well try. And I promise you, if you dedicate yourself to a solid 4 months of a recovery, a diet, and a reverse phase, you're gonna see long-term results. We're not gonna feel like you have to continue to diet, which is that chronic yo-yo dieting, right? We diet and then we crash, and then we diet and then we crash, and we just never see what we actually wanted to see, right? So the accurate person is going to decrease calories by only about 15 to 20%, not too much. We're avoiding drastic caloric decreasing, okay? We have our flexible person here who's either going to decrease their snack sizes. So they too are decreasing calories, but they're more so kind of guessing about it. They're decreasing their snack sizes, which is still less than what they were having before, right? Or if they don't want to do that and they want to eat relatively the same as they were in the recovery phase, they're going to start implementing double day cleansing, so a 48-hour back-to-back every other week, and the weeks in between you're just doing a single day. So for a total of 2, 4, 6 cleanse days that month. Workouts stay exactly the same, 3 times a week, making sure that we are tracking how much our weight is moving up. But we really want to increase our strength, right? We don't want to start messing around with rep ranges. If we really just want to try to increase the weight within the rep ranges. And if you'd like, you can add in some optional cardio to increase your caloric expenditure. But just remember, our body again is a beautiful thing, and you're gonna start to feel more lethargic which is why we're taking our vitamin shot in the morning. So that is like our adaptogens, our vitamins, our minerals, so giving us that boost of natural energy. If now you want to take an E-shot or some nitro pre-workout, you totally can to increase your energy so that you increase your expenditure. Now, at the end of this phase, which is 2 months, you can do 1 month of it if you like, but at the end of each month, each 30 days, you've earned yourself a refeed, which is going to spike metabolic adaptation and will continue your fat loss so that your mind is set to want to continue to diet. You feel like you rewarded yourself. Congratulations, you earned this. And then the next day you're like, okay, I'm ready to get back to it. I'm obsessed with this process of looking and feeling my best, because by the end here, you've done 60 days so far and you definitely look a lot different than when you first started. What we do want to do is find low calorie but high volume foods so that we get super full but we're not using too many calories, and increasing our protein, making sure for the accurate people this won't be an issue, but for the flexible people, just making sure that you have an increased protein amount to support the lean muscle mass that we're trying to build, but as well as protein has a thermogenic effect on our food, on our bodies. So we get hotter, we burn more calories as we're eating more protein, etc. So there are higher thermogenic foods, so you can look that up as well. And be aware of your total daily energy expenditure. So like I said, your body is going to start to move a little bit less on its own. So just be aware of those things happening. And finally, we go into phase 3. So our reverse diet phase. Why? We are slowly increasing calories and slowly increasing our total daily energy expenditure. How? So the accurate people, we are going to find our new maintenance calories. So we have a new statistic. Our body weight is different now. So our equation is going to be different. So our maintenance calories are different now by month 4 than they were at month 1. So we're finding that new maintenance. And because we're doing this within a month, we're just going to slowly increase it so we have our new low that we were just following in month 3. Now we have our new maintenance for month 4. And each week we're just going to increase by about 25% of what that difference is. So it's nice and gradual. But like I said, every body is different, so it might respond a little bit differently. So you just want to keep track that you're not gaining too much and it's not too quick for your body. Otherwise you might want to expand this process a little bit longer, but it should be okay for now, okay? And now our flexible people are just going to now cleanse every other week. So we were going hardcore cleansing for 2 weeks. Now we're just going to decrease it by doing 1 cleanse day every other week and still sticking to our routine like both accurate and flexible are, with our 2 smoothies, 2 snacks, and our dinner per day. And now both are going to be nightly cleansing, so just taking about 1 to 2 ounces of our Cleanse for Life before we go to bed. Our workouts again are staying the same because this is realistic to for sure hit that 3 times per week. And now avoiding excessive naughty calories. So just because we're going into our reverse doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, now I get to eat all the things. No, we still want to be smart. 100 calories broccoli is still different than 100 calories of cake, which is going to affect our digestive system, blood sugars, etc. So still be smart, but by now your blood sugars should be really stable. You're in a great routine. You've been doing this for a while. You're not likely going to be wanting, like mentally wanting that crap food. And now we have here, avoid not increasing our total daily energy expenditure. So like I said before, our bodies are naturally going to slow down in phase 2, but in phase 3, now we're going to be getting more fuel, so we're going to be getting more energy. So just be mindful and aware, like, hey, I actually feel a lot better. I'm thinking a lot clearer. I'm moving a lot faster. So really be aware of that. And because as we're increasing calories and we're decreasing cardio at the same time from phase 2, we want to just make sure that we are not still in our phase 2 habits of loafing on the couch and not moving our body as best as we can. So that is now our 3-phase approach spread over 16 weeks or 4 months. It can be shortened, so you could do a recovery phase, 1 month of diet phase, and then the reverse phase, so only 3 months. And technically, I won't recommend it, but you could technically cut out the recovery phase I really don't like that. But if someone is joining us now for an 8-week challenge, because we're gonna be offering these challenges as a 16, 12, and 8, the 8-week people are gonna go straight into a diet phase and then into reverse phase with the rest of us. So you could technically do this in 2 months, or you can spread it over the 4 months, which I would recommend. I hope this wasn't too confusing for you, and if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments down below or reach out to the person that brought you onto this video. And if you're not here for the challenge, that's okay. This video is gonna stay on here for years to come, as this information doesn't change. Our bodies don't start drastically changing the way that we break down food and everything unless there's been a medical reason or whatnot. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I hope that you found some clarity. I hope you're really excited about the sustainable change that you're about to create. And please always look for a friend or a buddy system, because science says that you're 70% more successful when you do things with a friend. So don't be shy, go out there and ask your friends around who wants to create sustainable change. Show them this video and let's go. Have a great day.